Well, hello there. My name is Miss Bee, and if you can't already tell, I'm a worker honeybee. Let me tell you a few facts about me and my hive that I think you will find very interesting. Us honeybees are social insects, which means that we live together in large, well-organized groups within a hive. It is very important for us to be good team players. When the size of our colony gets large, so does the efficiency of our colony. Communication, complex nest construction, environmental control, defense, and the division of labor are just some of the behaviors that we have developed to live happily in social colonies. The most important person in our colony is the queen. Her main job is to raise bees. About 1 week after emerging from a queen cell, the queen leaves the hive with the drones to make more bees, which is very important since it contributes significantly to the quality, size, temperament, and productivity of our colony. Queens lay the greatest number of eggs in the spring and early summer. In our busiest season, queens can lay up to 1,500 eggs per day. My queen can produce up to 250,000 eggs per year, and possibly more than 1 million in her lifetime. With her help, we can multiply up to a maximum of about 60,000 workers. That's a lot of bees, huh? The queen's body is normally much longer than either the drones or the workers, especially during the egg-laying period when her abdomen is greatly elongated. Her wings cover only about 2/3 of the abdomen, whereas the wings of both workers like me and drones nearly reach the tip of the abdomen when folded. Her stinger is curved and longer than that of a worker, but it has fewer and shorter barbs. Her average productive lifespan is 2 to 3 years. If bad weather delays our queen's mating for more than 20 days, she loses the ability to mate and will only be able to lay unfertilized eggs, which result in drones. After mating, our queen returns to the hive and begins laying eggs in about 48 hours. We take very good care of our queen. The queen is constantly attended to and fed delicious royal jelly by worker bees like me. Here's a cool fact about queen bees. New queens are raised under 3 different circumstances: emergency, supersedure, or swarming. Supersedure is where an old queen is replaced with a new queen. Like emergency queen cells, supersedure queen cells typically are raised on the comb surface. In comparison, queen cells produced in preparation for swarming are found along the bottom margins of the frames or in gaps in the beeswax combs within the brood area. So queen bees are very interesting, but let me also tell you about another kind of bee. Drones, which are the male bees, are the largest bees in the colony. They have really big heads which are much larger than that of either the queen or the workers, and its compound eyes meet at the top of its head. Drones have no stinger, pollen baskets, or wax glands. Their main function is to help the queen produce larvae. Since drones eat 3 times as much food as workers, having a lot of them in the hive may run us out of food. So when cold weather begins in the fall and pollen or nectar resources become scarce, drones are usually forced out of the hive. Us worker bees are the smallest bodied adults, and we make up most of the bees living in our colony. Unlike our queen, we don't really lay eggs. Workers have specialized structures such as brood food glands, scent glands, wax glands, and pollen baskets, which allow us to perform all the labors of the hive. We clean and polish the cells, feed the brood, care for the queen, remove the debris, handle incoming nectar, build beeswax combs, guard the entrance, and air condition and ventilate the hive during our initial few weeks as adults. Later, as old bees, we forage for nectar, pollen, water, and propolis, which is plant sap. Our lifespan during the summer is about 6 weeks. Workers reared in the fall may live as long as 6 months, allowing our colony to survive in the winter and assist in the rearing of new generations in the spring before we die. As you can see, we are a very important part to our community and have a lot of jobs to do. I hope that you have learned something new about us and about how we work together to make our society. So next time you're around, feel free to stop by and taste our delicious honey we make in our hives. Just kidding. If you do, we will sting you.